Well, the wind was blowing way too hard for us to be able to use the soundtrack off of this part of the video, so I'll kind of narrate as to what we're looking at. Whenever we find a good source of good clean water and food and lots of places to hide, such as rock cliffs or caves or whatever, we stop and check it out. In this particular case, we're overlooking a little run where the creek runs down through, and we actually can see some cattle and some wildlife over in the tree line, so we're kind of watching them pretty closely. Now, one of the things that caught my eye was the cattle down in the meadow below. We could see them pretty well, and all of a sudden they perked up and they started running. They were running downstream as quickly as they could, and something spooked them. So we were really interested in trying to figure out why they would jump up and run on a day like today. It's cold out there. The wind is making it really hard on the hands and face. So they're going to try to stay as close to the ground or in a sheltered area as possible. But these cattle are actually bolting across the meadow. So we stayed and studied the meadows and the tree lines and so forth for a considerable amount of time. But we never could really figure out what caused the cows to run in the first place. It was an unusual characteristic. Cows don't usually run like this. Anyway, so we studied the tree line for a while, and I'll let you take a look at the meadow here, see what you can see. After a while, we give it up, and we decide to go deeper into our meat eaters territory. The first teepee of the day. That's an old one. Okay. It's not been in use for a very long time.
It's man-made. It's roped together. Man-made shelter, windbreak of some sort.
Okay, we're going to check this pond out for tracks and stuff. It's pretty well frozen. Yeah, I wonder about that. Is that so they can get out there and get a drink of water without getting mud all over them? Huh. You know what I mean? Mostly it looks like elk as far as tracks go. Ground is frozen. solid, huh? I don't think it's that frozen. Pick up a big rock and throw on it. Well, maybe it is frozen pretty good.
Pretty solid.
So I guess if they want to drink water, they could have come out and lick it. Looking at those cracks that you just made, it's at least 2 inches thick.
I'm not going to go out there.
No.
But it's pretty thick. Ready?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's pretty darn thick.
That's pretty solid.
Thought I did. Throw another one. Yeah.
Just in case.
I'm definitely recording right now.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
That one went through.
It's still pretty thick ice. So David thinks they're poking holes and drinking out of the footprints to get to the water. Because right there in that deep hole right there, there's water. And it's not frozen. So that's probably what they're doing as far as the elk and stuff go. But even that mud is frozen, right?
Well, it's only going to be frozen a little ways down, and then you're going to hit water. It's you know, just like burying your pipes to keep them thawed.
Yeah.
So if you poke fairly deep holes, if you're a fairly heavy critter, you poke a deep hole in there, you get water.
Yeah. So that brings us around the whole thing. The only thing interesting is how those sticks are laid out to where you can get to the ice without being in the mud.